comrade. Industrial workers are facing massive retrenchments, even from Glencore, not even, but obviously from Glencore as well. Families are losing livelihoods while corporations protect profits. Companies like Glencore continue to use the threat of job losses to blackmail the government and communities, all the while enriching shareholders, exactly what they're talking to today in Switzerland to their shareholders, all the while enriching those shareholders and supplying the machinery of war abroad. Now, some people try to divide these struggles. Workers against climate activists, local needs against international solidarity. But these struggles, as we know, are deeply connected. A just transition cannot mean abandoning workers to unemployment and poverty. Climate justice must include worker justice. That is why movements for jobs are calling for abandoned and corporate-controlled mines to be nationalised and under worker ownership and democratic control. Mines and industrial production should serve communities, not reckless capitalist profits. And the three movements, Palestine Solidarity movements coming together as the South African BDS coalition and our energy embargo campaign, the climate justice movement and all the many activists here from various communities, and worker justice, as has been said. We all agree on one simple principle. South African coal should not fuel genocide, apartheid, the military-industrial complex or occupation, illegal occupation as determined by the ICJ. Our labour, our land and our communities should not be sacrificed for the benefit of a violent and illegal apartheid Israeli state. And Israel accounts for only a tiny fraction of our coal exports. But South African coal makes up almost a quarter of Israel's energy needs. So South African coal is deeply important to Israel's energy supply, but we lose nothing by redirecting that coal elsewhere or using it to strengthen our own energy security and communities, or by forcing a just transition to take place, a really just transition. We're building a movement for peace, for the planet, and for prosperity for all. A movement that says no South African coal should fuel genocide and apartheid. No community should be sacrificed for corporate profit. No worker should be abandoned in the transition away from fossil fuels. No climate justice without worker justice. No liberation without international solidarity. And today we make our demands clear. We call for a full energy embargo against apartheid Israel. No South African coal, energy or industrial resources should power war, occupation, apartheid or genocide. And we've just found out, in fact, that there is an Israeli-owned oil company that has already concluded a contract for exploring oil off our west coast. We have just found this out, and we're going to be looking into it, and we're going to be launching a campaign around that as well. Can you believe it? All that stands in its way is our government regulator signing off on it. So we're going to be definitely putting pressure as much as we can on the same awful Minister of Mines and Energy, Mantashe, that we're putting pressure on over the coal. He's now giving away our oil reserves to apartheid Israel. We call on workers, trade unions, communities, climate movements and all people of conscience to organise, mobilise and pressure both the corporations and our government to end this complicity. The power of solidarity has always come from ordinary people refusing to allow business as usual in the face of injustice. It's exactly the call we made for boycotts, divestments and sanctions on the international community under our struggle against apartheid, in support of our liberation movements and the communities, trade unions that were fighting within South Africa. And we know it works because we did put that pressure. All around the world, even the most reactionary governments started to impose sanctions, started to have to, because of people pressure in their countries, isolate the apartheid regime. We know it works. Our resources must serve life, dignity and liberation, not militarism and oppression. Comrades, we know another world is possible. A world built not on exploitation and war, but on solidarity, dignity and democratic ownership and justice for all people. And I say this in the spirit of Comrade Mokoena, because he would have been here today if he had not been assassinated so brutally, simply for standing for exactly that. For dignity, democratic ownership and justice for all people. Amandla!
Comrade